Hello everyone, back with me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to Catechism for Kids. Today we're going on an amazing adventure to the misty green mountains of northern Spain. We're going to a special place called Covadonga to learn about a story that sounds like it's straight out of a fairy tale. It's a true story of faith, courage, and a miracle from heaven. It's the story of Our Lady of Covadonga, who the people there lovingly call La Santina, which means the little saint. Are you ready? Let's travel back in time. Way back to the 8th century, over 1,300 years ago. Back then, Spain was a very different place. Most of the country had been taken over by armies from North Africa. The Christian people who lived there felt scared and defeated. It seemed like their faith might disappear forever. But even when things look dark, God always has a plan. And in the mountains of a region called Asturias, a brave Christian leader named Pelayo refused to give up hope. He was a nobleman, like a prince, and he gathered a small group of loyal soldiers. They were hiding from a huge army that was sent to capture them. Imagine that, just a few brave men against thousands. Where could they possibly go to be safe? Pelayo led his men high up into the Picos de Europa mountains, to a huge natural cave. It was a perfect hiding spot. Inside this very cave there was a hermit, a holy man who lived a quiet life of prayer. And in a little nook, he had a small, simple statue of the Virgin Mary. When Pelayo and his tired, scared soldiers arrived, they saw the statue. What do you think they did? They got down on their knees and prayed with all their hearts. They asked Mary, the Mother of God, to protect them and help them. They knew they couldn't win this battle on their own. They needed a miracle. The enemy army, led by a general named Alcama, soon found them. They stood at the bottom of the narrow valley, looking up at the cave. They were confident they would win easily. They began to attack, shooting arrows and throwing stones up at Pelayo's men. But then something incredible happened. According to the legend, the arrows and stones they shot turned around in midair and flew right back at them. The soldiers were confused and terrified. As if that wasn't enough, the sky suddenly turned dark. A massive thunderstorm crashed down upon the mountains. The rain poured and poured, causing the river in the valley to swell and rage. The ground shook, and landslides came tumbling down the steep slopes right onto the attacking army. It was complete chaos. Mary had answered their prayers. Seeing that God and his Blessed Mother were on their side, Pelayo and his men charged down from the cave. Filled with courage from heaven, they fought bravely and defeated the enemy army. This victory, against all odds, is known as the Battle of Covadonga. It was the very first victory for the Christians, and it was like a tiny spark of hope that started a huge fire. This one small battle began what we now call the Reconquista, a nearly 800-year-long journey to restore the Christian faith to all of Spain, and it all started in a cave with a small band of men and a whole lot of faith. After the miraculous victory, King Pelayo knew exactly who to thank. Knew it was the Virgin Mary who had saved them. In gratitude, he had a chapel built right there, inside the sacred cave, to honor her. From that day forward, Our Lady of Covadonga became a powerful symbol for all of Spain. She became a sign of hope, resilience, and the amazing things that can happen when we trust in God. Today, if you visit Covadonga, you can still go inside that very same cave, which is called the Santa Cueva, or the Holy Cave. Inside, above a small altar, you will see the statue of La Santina. The original statue was lost in a fire a long time ago, but this beautiful one has taken its place. She is dressed in gold and red, holding a golden rose in one hand and the baby Jesus in the other. She looks down on everyone who visits with such a loving and royal expression, like a queen watching over her children. And guess who is buried right there in the cave, not far from Mary's altar? King Pelayo himself. His tomb is carved right into the rock wall of the cave, where he rests beside his wife, Queen Gaudiosa. It's so fitting that the king who trusted Mary so much gets to rest forever near her in the very place where she gave him his incredible victory. People who visit often leave flowers at his tomb to honor his bravery and faith. Because so many people wanted to visit this holy place, they also built a huge, magnificent church on the hill nearby. It's called the Basilica of Santa Maria la Real de Covadonga, with its tall, pointy towers. It looks like a castle from a storybook rising out of the forest. It's one of the most visited shrines in all of Spain. Every year on September 8th, which is also the feast of the Nativity of Mary, the whole region of Asturias celebrates the feast day of Our Lady of Covadonga. It's a huge party with parades, music, and lots of prayer and thanksgiving. They sing a special hymn to La Santina, and two of the lines say, "With your name on their lips, for you they fought. With your love in their souls, for you they triumphed." This shows just how much they love her and believe she is their protector. So what can we learn from this incredible story of Our Lady of Covadonga? The lesson is simple, but so powerful. When Pelayo and his men were scared and felt like everything was lost, they didn't give up. They turned to prayer. They trusted in God and asked for Mary's help. And their small act of faith led to a huge miracle that changed the history of a whole country. The Bible tells us in Psalm 28, verse 7, "The Lord is my strength and my shield. In him my heart trusts." Pelayo truly lived these words. He knew his own strength wasn't enough, so he made the Lord his shield. Sometimes in our own lives we face problems that seem as big as a whole army. Maybe it's a tough test at school, a problem with a friend, or feeling scared or lonely. In those moments, we can remember King Pelayo. We can find our own little cave of prayer, turn to Jesus, and ask our Heavenly Mother Mary to help us. She is a queen, but she is also our mother, and she loves to help us, her children. No problem is too big for God, and no prayer is too small. Even the smallest amount of faith, especially when Mary is by our side, can move mountains. The story of Covadonga teaches us that God can use small people in small places with small prayers to do great things. A tiny cave became the cradle of a nation. A small statue became a symbol of hope for millions. And a small act of faith started a miracle. Thank you for joining us today to learn about the amazing story of Our Lady of Covadonga, La Santina. I hope it reminds you that whenever you're afraid, you can always trust in God's strength and Mary's loving protection. If you enjoyed our adventure today, don't forget to like and share this video. And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more stories from our amazing Catholic faith. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy. See you next time, and may the Lord bless and keep you always.